Hello and welcome to another video. I'm super happy that you're here for this video. I'm Vienna Ortiz and yeah, let's just jump into it. I'm actually going to be sharing a little bit more of a look into my health and wellness planner, and then I'm going to be sharing with you, we're going to be doing a plan with me for this next week coming up and essentially for the month to come. So that's what we're looking at right now. So first things first, this is my health and wellness planner. It is a dupe for Hobonichi and I love it. It is actually, again, something I found on Amazon for about $8 and I wanted to try out the Hobonichi and I wasn't sure if I was going to like it for my everyday planning and I ended up not liking it. I ended up actually liking it for health and wellness. So there you go. It actually was gray. You can kind of see the gray kind of under there and I covered it all up. And just really quick, this is how I was using it before. You'll see in July kind of how I was using it and it was fine. I mean, there was nothing wrong with it. And then I also used it again here in the weeks. And like, again, it was okay, but I felt like I wanted something different. And that's when I decided to use it as my health and wellness planner. And I do not regret it one bit. So the way I'm using it is, this is the month at a glance. And to go a little bit deeper here, I have put my goals, and this is for August. We're actually obviously going into September next, but I went ahead and put my goals here. So that's what you have here on the side. And then I started using it on the 11th of August and I decided to add kind of a little key down here to be able to help me to see things better at a glance, like what's going on with my fatigue, with my energy, with my exercise and things like that. So you can see that I have here exercise and I've went ahead and marked down all the days that I walked. Like my stress and anxiety levels, I didn't really keep track of that very much. I did here in the beginning, but then I wanted to keep track when I had like a really bad day. So that's there. Now screen time, I wanted to do like cutoff at 7:30 and I think I only did it one time here. So I need to be better about that. And then of course my menstrual cycle, I kept track of that. And whenever I ate gluten, because I'm actually gluten free, and so I wanted to keep track of when I was eating gluten. And that's what that was for. So as we go into the actual weeks here and what I was doing, I started off extremely strong and I really liked it. So this page actually comes like this. It's just this blank month at a glance, a week at a glance, and graph paper. And so you can really do whatever you want with it. And so as you can see here, I have week of at the very top, and then I have exercise, meal plan, mood and energy, and food journal right here. So I was able to track kind of how much I was walking each day and, you know, when I didn't. And then I also wanted to, in the beginning of the day, kind of have a meal plan situation going. And of course I was bad on the, not bad, I shouldn't say bad, but I didn't do a meal plan or a food journal really on the weekend. So that's something I'm going to be doing this month. But I went ahead and did that, and then I was doing tracking my mood because I have very different moods, different energy levels. Like you can see here at the very beginning of the week, I was 80% energy, pretty good positive mood. But then as we come down here, I had like okay energy on this day, 25% energy, okay mood, and you could just kind of see, you know, kind of tie back to, hey, did I eat something weird on this day or this day that may have given me less energy levels? Did I exercise? Like, what was it? And then here I have my food journal because sometimes I'll plan something and it may not go as planned. So I have a food journal here to make sure I keep track of like how I'm feeling and what I ate, right? So if I ate junk food here, I might feel like crap the next day, which I probably did because I didn't even write it down. So then over here, on this side, I am tracking my healthy habits, my sleep, and my anxiety levels. And so I have here things like I drank 64 ounces of water, ate my vitamins, walked a mile or plus, gratitude, meditation, and journal. And that'll change. Like if I find that I'm not doing a meditation, then I won't write that down anymore because I don't want to track something I'm not doing. And maybe I'll add that in later because I definitely added in a lot of things here already. Does that make sense? So then for my sleep, I was tracking it in a weird way. I don't love it. I was doing like what time I was waking up, what time I was going to sleep. I prefer to probably do like on Monday, just say I went to sleep Sunday night. Like I went to sleep Sunday night on this day and woke up on this day on Monday, and kind of do it that way, because that would tell me how kind of long I was sleeping in a better, like to look at it better. And then here was my anxiety levels. I really just only marked it when it was like high. You can see I didn't mark it here when it was just okay. So that's good. So that was the first week I used it. Absolutely loved it. And then this is the second week I used it. Same format, same everything. I think I messed around with like how I was organizing this side a little bit more, and kind of wrote down like when I was anxious versus just, you know, if it was the full day. Mostly it was at night. If I was overstimulated, what that looked like. And then again with Saturday and Sunday didn't do so hot. And then this last week I definitely fell down here and didn't even do any Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I ended up walking on Friday, but once the weekend hits, I tend to fall off a lot easier, and so I don't love that for myself. So we are actually going into a new week, and we're actually going into a new month as well, and I love that. So where am I? I'm here in September, and then also this new week. And what I love is that I'm actually going into this week and this month with a full-on plan. So what I did was I'm actually going on a trip to Vegas kind of spontaneously, and so that's going to be in a month's time, and I just need to really just focus in on what I'm eating, focus in on my inflammation and all of that, because nobody likes to go to Vegas inflamed. So I went ahead and went on ChatGPT, and I literally just typed in everything that I wanted to do, how much I wanted to lose, if there was inflammation that I wanted to bring down. So it gave me this whole meal plan on what I should eat and how much I should exercise and when and all of that. So I actually have my meal plan on the fridge of my refrigerator right now. And I also had ChatGPT kind of create me this grocery list, which my husband just went shopping for, and I had some stuff already, which was great. So I have that here. ChatGPT color coded it for me and everything, which I absolutely love. So that's part of like the plan. And then I also had ChatGPT create me, you know, ingredients and directions for some of the dinners that they recommended. So I have that on hand, which is really, really nice. I also have, my daily green juice and all of that there. So that's going to help with my inflammation. I'm doing a low inflammation meal plan. I don't like to call it a diet, meal plan. And I'm going to hope that this kind of helps me jumpstart what I need to be doing in my actual life. So it's nothing crazy and it's nothing extreme. It's really just me just kind of like, okay, let's start. We need to start. So I have here anti-bloat hacks and Vegas week slim down guide. So it has me like the everyday anti-bloat hacks, quick depot tools, and then of course a week out from Vegas. Let's see what else I have here. My daily rituals for anti-inflammatory living. Okay, so there's that. This is like my travel and prep pack for Vegas, and then my extras pack, like if I need to debloat in an emergency and stuff like that. So I have all of that, but actually what I don't have with me right now, I need to go get, is ChatGPT also created me like a checklist, so I need to grab that. Okay, so here I have the daily and weekly habit tracker that I had ChatGPT create for myself. I just walked up the stairs. And this is what I love about ChatGPT. It doesn't have to be like, oh, I can't believe ChatGPT made that for you. Well, so what? It would have took me like a couple days, hours to days to create this whole plan for me, all of this information. Honestly, I think it's a godsend when it comes to stuff like this because it has all the information. So all I have to do now and how I can use this in my planning is I can have this daily checklist. I have my morning routine, my afternoon routine, and my evening routine, and I can choose if I want to put that here in my health, the things that I want to put inside of my health and wellness planner. And then I have like this weekly checklist as well and reflection that I can go ahead and also keep track of, right? So it's very motivating to have these things. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this, mostly just these right here to create what I'm doing, as well as kind of some of the things that I want to incorporate into my monthly and my weekly to make sure I'm tracking the right things and to make sure that I am on the right track. Now, what I'm hoping will happen is that this Vegas trip will give me the motivation to get started and get on the right track, and then I can continue to do it kind of after I come back and stay on the right track, because this is going to give me a full like 30 days of really just staying on some type of routine. And so I'm going to just choose right now kind of what color coding I want to use and what colors I want to use in my spread and all of that jazz. So I know that today is Monday and we're starting on the first of the month, so I'm just going to write that in right now, all of the days. So it's actually 30 days, and I will be going to Vegas on the 3rd. So I'm going to just very lightly put in 1st, 2nd, 3rd. Actually, not even the 3rd. Yeah, 3rd. 1st, 2nd, 3rd right there. And that's going to take me into October. So now that I have all of that kind of finished, I am going to now decide some of the color coding things I want to do. So I want to use this color basically if I exercise, like if I walked, because I'm definitely going to walk every day, but I want to know if I walked. And then I'm going to use this color. Let's use this color if I walked and went to the gym, right? So that's what I'm going to do here. So actually on most days my goal is to walk and go to the gym. This is crooked because I'm writing Cricut. Literally writing behind the camera. So I have that, and I can actually I'm starting today, believe it or not, because today's the 1st and I haven't done any of this stuff. So I'm just gonna that's my starting point. I'm going to go ahead and keep the green for my period days, my menstrual cycle, whatever you want to call it. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start, I know I have more things that I want to put here, but I think I'm going to keep it clean until I can figure out what exactly I want to track. I just like seeing all of my workouts in one space. So from here, I'm going to put my habits up here and all the things that I need to figure out. I'm going to start with my goals on the side right here, and I'm just going to use my regular pen for that, but I am going to use one of these guys to do a small dot. Okay, so these are the goals that I have besides the ones that I'm going to keep track of, right? So I have here no eating after 7 p.m. That's just going to help with like ultimate digestion and letting my body rest before I eat again in the morning. Screen cutoff at 7 p.m. That's just for my overstimulation. I just need that to happen so that I can fall asleep by 10 p.m. And I can wake up by 6 a.m. so I can get my hour-long walk in before my son wakes up and before I have to get my daughter ready for school. So that's ready to roll. I want to be able to capture kind of all of my different routines and rituals and have most of it in here. So first thing I'm going to do is just kind of see what, because I have 2 lists here and I want to see what it is that I actually want to track on my habit tracker and what's overlapping, so I know what I want to choose. So I'm going to do that first. So essentially this was the same thing as this, which is nice. So I know that for my morning kind of habits, that's what I'm going to be doing there. But if I want to keep this kind of like in the refrigerators, on the refrigerator somewhere or something, so I can just kind of see how that's gonna go, then that would be perfect. Okay, so now I'm gonna check my afternoon stuff here. Yeah, so I did the evening one here, and as you can see, again, it's about the same thing. So I'm gonna put that on the fridge. And for this one, now I know if I want to create like a morning habits, right? And then I can create an evening habits, and then I can create, just add on some of the other ones like the water one. And that way I can double check my planner if I want to in the evening or on the next day. So what I did here instead was I added my anxiety / stress here, and I did 1 through 5. And so I can put that kind of just like in the boxes here. Great, good, neutral, bad, very bad, simple. And that way I don't have to use it here in my weekly. As far as what's gonna go here, I wanna include the morning walk as well as the gym exercise. I wanna also include my mood and my energy, of course. I wanna include my habit trackers. I don't think I wanna include anything food related because I believe I'm gonna stick to my schedule, and I don't feel like I have to write in my meal prep because I have it on the fridge, as well as I don't think I have to do a food journal because I'm going to be very strict with what my eating is. So I should be good with that. If I do eat out of the ordinary, I can just write it down anywhere. So now the part is to just figure out how I'm going to divide this up and what colors I'm going to use. So okay, so I have this all figured out. I went ahead and put the week. I decided to do walk, gym, mood, and energy here. Okay, so that should be good. Now on this side is where I get to have some fun because as you can see on this one, I use most of the space for food journaling and just some of the space for tracking. So if I can figure this out, I want to do morning routine, evening, morning habits, evening habits, other habits. So as I'm writing this, I'm going to try to write this in the order that I'm going to be doing it so that it's just easier to follow that way. Okay, I already messed this up. But the best thing about that is, and look at that, voila. So I want to create at least a little line here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I need to do at least a little line here. And make sure I stop at this line. So let me see how many habits I have. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm just gonna all the way up. Okay, so now I know where I have to stop because otherwise that would have been bad. Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Oh, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Wow. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So here I totally messed up right here, but it's fine. Morning habits, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and this is all things I'm gonna do in the morning. Now I'm going to switch to the evening routine, and then at the end, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add a little break here. Then I'm gonna switch to evening habits right here. Now I'm gonna write in my evening habits. So this is what all of my, it looks crazy. This is what all of my routine looks like now from the morning, midday to the evening before bed. Now what I can do down here is I can do this kind of weekly reflection situation where I can put down my weight, my waist, my energy, my bloat, and my wins, and things to improve next week. Okay, so that's what she looks like. Down here I put weekly reflection, I put weight, waist, overall energy, overall bloat, wins, and things to improve next week. This is a close look up of all of my like habits, and then this is this side. So overall I feel good about this. I think this is the best way that I'm going to be able to keep track of what I'm doing and be able to see how I'm doing. My goal is to do all of these things with as much how do I say this? To complete these things as much as I possibly can, as far as doing everything that's on my list. But I know I'm not perfect and that may or may not happen, but it's nice to be able to see here kind of how I'm doing and how I'm not doing, as well as sorry, having the month kind of in at a glance. So here I'm just gonna put Vegas because that's my kind of like full, I want to say 32-day trial at trying to do what I've been trying to do for the last year. And I do fall on and off of doing it. So we're going to give it this many days and we're going to see how that goes. If this works out, I will plan the next week exactly how I did this week with maybe some tweaks. We'll see how it goes. And other than that, I'll check in with you guys and let you know how it went should you be interested. But yeah, stay happy, you guys. Stay healthy. And I believe in you. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.